Welcome back everyone to the Audacious Money Witch channel where we talk about investing and trading stocks, bonds, and crypto assets around the world. Never bet against Lululemon. As a shareholder, I am very pleased. As a fan of the company, I am thrilled to show you Disney X Lululemon. Honestly, in this market, you can hardly lose, except for Foot Locker. Shares of Foot Locker fell as much as 20% on Wednesday after the sporting goods retailer lowered its annual sales and profit forecast on softening demand for shoes. Full disclosure, I own Nike stock, but after Lulu's Q3 earnings we are about to get into, Lulu just left Nike in the dust. Let me explain why and the reason Lululemon still has that magic. Lululemon's U.S. growth has slowed, but Lulu is making big gains abroad, leading to a 9% increase in sales year over year. The Queen of Athleisure on Thursday beat Wall Street's expectations on the top and bottom lines and said it's pleased with the start to the holiday season. I listened to the conference call. CEO Calvin McDonald sounded surprisingly confident when discussing the company's fourth quarter outlook.
While we're feeling good about the start of the holiday season, in fact, we had the most visits ever to our shop app and e-commerce site. Unlike others in this space, we do not run sales events across our entire store, and given the shorter holiday shopping season, we continue to be thoughtful in our planning for Q4.
Courtney, how does it look?
Hi, good morning, Sarah. Actually, traffic is picking up here. The longest line that I saw ahead of the mall opening was at Lululemon here at the Garden State Plaza. It's expected to be the biggest in-store shopping day of the year here and around the country, but a number of consumers already got a head start online on Turkey Day. So fresh sales data from Adobe Analytics show us that consumers spent a record $6.1 billion online on Thanksgiving Day.
As a Disney fan and shareholder, I am very excited to see this. Lululemon partners with Disney to launch new limited edition collection. This is because CEO Calvin McDonald is also on the Disney board. He bought the dip on both Lulu stock and Disney stock last August and made a fortune. He is a very good investor as well as a CEO. This is why the ROIC on Lulu stock has been consistently very high.
I think we've got the best story out there in retail right now. We have Calvin McDonald, who is the CEO of Lulu, which had amazing numbers. I'm going to ask you point blank. First of all, hi. I'm sorry, that was rude.
No, nice to see you. Nice to see all of you.
Everyone tells me that China's terrible. There's no selling. Everyone tells me there's no such thing as new. It's all old. Everyone says it's the most promotional Christmas in history. You have no promotions. You have newness, and you're doing well in China. What are you doing right that the others are doing wrong?
Inspired by both brands' shared appreciation of well-being through joy, fun, and movement. The 34-piece offering, which includes classic performance styles and casual favorites, features archival Disney graphics as well as elevated takes on imagery of Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, blending with the magic of Disney with the product of innovation of Lululemon. The companies are celebrating the collection through their Happily Ever Active campaign, encouraging guests to celebrate the joy of movement. Disney and Lulu are two of my favorite brands, so this is a dream collaboration for me. With this new collection, Disney and Lululemon are coming together to celebrate joy, nostalgia, and movement, which I know a lot of people are going to love. I can't wait to rock the products, especially next time I visit Disney.
What I love most about this collaboration is that the premium quality, fit, and feel of Lululemon is perfectly paired with the color, energy, and nostalgia of Disney. Here's how Lululemon performed in fiscal third quarter compared to what Wall Street was expecting.
And I know you got the question on the call about whether the Americas have bottomed, whether you think there's going to be that upward inflection from here. What do you think?
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that we have a long runway of growth still in the Americas and in particular in U.S. When we look at our growth around the globe, as you mentioned, we're growing in every market, double digit, 39% in mainland China, 24% in rest of world, 9% in Canada, and we're growing men's in the U.S. Our opportunity is in women's in the U.S., and as I've talked to in the data, specifically points to missed opportunity on our newness.
For the all-important holiday shopping quarter in Q4, Lululemon is expecting revenue to be between $3.48 billion and $3.51 billion, representing growth of 8% to 10% from the prior year, which is roughly in the line with the midpoint of the guidance. On a call with analysts, CFO Megan Frank said the company is planning the business prudently, given the shortened holiday shopping season and the dynamic macro environment. For the full year, Lululemon tightened its revenue guidance and raised it by just a hair.
And unaided brand awareness, you're telling me that people still don't know? And that there's that much out there that you could still plow ahead with?
In a mature market, which isn't mature for us like the U.S., where our unaided brand awareness is 36%, even lower with men, slightly higher, but the blend is at 36%. So we do see continual opportunity, because once you drive unaided to aided, then you can drive familiarity and consideration, and that's when we get the conversion and the intent to purchase. So we're excited about that continual opportunity for us, and we'll do it on the back of our community, our product, and the way in which we reach guests. But it's why, even in the U.S., we're very confident about the growth story.
Lululemon has hit a rough patch over the last year. It's still growing, but at a slower pace than it was previously. Competitive environment has gotten more intense. Lululemon has always competed with legacy giants like Nike, Adidas. Newer private companies such as Viore and Alo Yoga are also trying to compete. But you know what they say, everybody is trying to be the next Lululemon. They can try to do their thing, but we are going to win. We're just getting started. Especially in China, which is lifting sales across all of their business. Company-wide, comparable sales grew 4% during the quarter, ahead of the 3.2% growth Wall Street was expected.
Lululemon has also had a few self-inflicted challenges. It fumbled a high-profile product launch earlier this year and missed out on sales in the U.S. when it failed to offer the colors and the sizes that its core customers desired. In August, McDonald's insisted that the brand remains strong in the U.S., but its women's business had slowed because it didn't have enough new styles to entice customers.
The opportunity for us is very specific. It's women's U.S., and I believe we've owned it. It was missed opportunity on decisions made around the merchandising mix. And the data is pointing to that, and has all year. High retained guests, high loyal, traffic. It was in conversion, and when we dropped newness, she responded, and we had less than we've historically had. And that's what the team's chasing and addressing. There's no metric that shows any concern to me in terms of the interest in the brand, the health of the brand, the attraction of the brand. We've acquired millions of new guests in the U.S., our membership's at 24 million. We have a highly retained guest. We have less historical newness. The team's focused on it, and we get back to that historical level in Q1.
Shares of Lululemon are down about 33% this year. All of these issues coincided with the departure of Lululemon's longtime Chief Product Officer, Sun Cho, who resigned in May and joined VF Corp in the wake of her departure. McDonald's unveiled a new reporting structure on the product side of the house that merges together Lululemon's brand and merchandising teams under Chief Brand and Product Activation Officer Nikki Newberger. McDonald's said the new structure makes the company more efficient. and said it's on track to increase new product releases in time for the spring selling season. All this created a great opportunity for us investors to make easy money. LULU is the easiest 50% gain I have ever made in the stock market this year.
Our teams have been agile and has been chasing into the seasonal color, prints, and patterns. I'm sure you have seen several examples across our key franchises, said McDonald. These efforts have contributed to the sequential improvement in newness within our assortment in the back half of the year. We continue to see a significant potential for growth in the US. Global Data Managing Director Saunders said, "It looks like Lululemon's product struggles are behind it."
Across the third quarter, the women's range felt fresh and interesting, and there was more than enough to grab the attention of the shoppers. This both improved the conversion rate and helped with the average basket sizes. In our view, Lululemon deserves praise for the quick course correction, which underlines that it is a merchant-led organization. Lululemon's struggles also came at a time when consumers, reeling from persistent inflation and an economy that feels worse than perhaps it actually is, are choosier than ever and less forgiving when a brand makes a mistake. Amid its rough patch, Lululemon has turned to stock buybacks.
You control your inventory very well, but you also control your stock buying very well. You put a lot of money to work when other people had lost faith in you. It was rather remarkable.
As of Thursday, it had approximately $1.8 billion remaining in the program. Lululemon has also focused on boosting profitability amid uncertain demand. During the third quarter, gross margin grew more than expected, increasing by 1.5 percentage points to 58.5%.
Lululemon is putting in place of new reporting structure within the product team, increasing the penetration of seasonal newness within its assortment by the first quarter of 2025, and chasing into update color, prints, and patterns to provide guests with more options in the second half of this year.
The William Blair analyst said Lululemon is having an encouraging start to the holiday season thanks to sales trends bolstered by a brighter color assortment, such as clothing in cerulean blue, mauve, and bright pink. Lululemon doesn't expect to be affected by potential tariff hikes. Megan Frank said Lululemon has limited exposure in China at around 3%, and its sourcing from Mexico is less than 0.5%. The company doesn't source anything from Canada either. The executive adds, so far Lululemon would only be affected by a shift in tariff policies if tariffs levied on imports from all countries into the U.S. Frank says, we are closely monitoring and will look at opportunities across our P&L to manage through that as well.
How Nike's weakness led to a sour quarter for Foot Locker. You know? In Foot Locker, you often see they put Nike shoes on discounts, especially in the holiday season. Let me just quote Mary Dillon. We also expect the elevated promotional activity to continue in this holiday. This wouldn't happen for Lululemon because they run their own stores. They are vertically integrated. That is a very powerful competitive advantage. This is why Lulu stock has just left Nike in the dust.
I would love to hear about your thoughts on Disney X Lululemon. Please like and subscribe.